the small bequests to distant cousins, the donation of his nautical collection to the local museum. My heart was a frantic bird beating against my ribs. This was it. The house, the boat, the modest savings. It would all go to Liam, the golden child, the son who had stayed, who had worked alongside Dad in the boatyard, whose hands were calloused with the same grit and grime. I had made my peace with that, or so I told myself. I'd chosen a different life, a quiet one, as a graphic designer in a city hours away. I had chosen art over anchor lines. In my father's eyes, it had been a betrayal. And to my daughter, Clara, Mr. Davison read, adjusting his glasses, I leave the contents of the cedar chest in the attic and my pocket watch. The air left my lungs. The pocket watch was a family heirloom, yes, but it was tarnished and rarely worked. The cedar chest, I remembered it from childhood, a dusty box full of moth-eaten blankets and old photo albums, a consolation prize, a token, a final, quiet dismissal. Liam finally turned. There was no triumph in his eyes, only a weary sort of victory, as if he'd won a war that had long since ceased to have any meaning. Numb, I followed Liam's hired hand. James, up the narrow pull-down stairs to the attic. The air was thick and hot, smelling of aged paper and forgotten things. James, a young man with kind eyes, heaved the chest toward the stairs. It's heavier than it looks, he grunted. I barely nodded, my gaze catching on a corner of paper that had slipped from under the lid. As James maneuvered the chest down the rickety stairs, I knelt and gently pulled it free. It was a faded envelope addressed to me in my father's unmistakable slanted handwriting.